All right, today is Wednesday, the 11th. We are going to, or you're going to go ahead and finish up the warm up. Can you hit the little black button for me, please? Or hold on. Let me see. All right. After which, we're going to work on inequality word problems. And then there's a sheet that I put on your desk. If you finish with the word problems, then I want you to do the systems review worksheet. Homework are your packet problems. And make sure that you review your notes. Don't forget about your quiz on systems, inequalities on Friday. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. You might have to sharpen it a little bit more. Let's look at the warm up. All right. We're gonna cross this one out. We're gonna do this one and the one from Friday. I want to do these from Friday. So let's do elimination first, and then let's do the one from Friday. I'm gonna pause to give you a chance to complete this one, and then I'll go over it. All right. So here, what do you do for elimination method? What are we going to eliminate? Are we eliminating the x's or the y's? Which is easier? Guile, x's. Are you going to add to or subtract to eliminate the x's?
Add.
So when you add this to eliminate the x's, this is gone. You're going to add everything else. We got 5y plus a positive y. What does that give us?
6y.
6y. Bring down the equal. We're going to add 20 plus 4. What does that give you? 24. So now you're going to divide both sides by 6. And your y coordinate is going to be what? 4. So your y coordinate is 4. So now you need to figure out what your x coordinate is. Okay? So how do you find your x coordinate? Yes. Okay, you're going to plug your y coordinate into one of the equations. Which equation do you feel like is going to be the easiest to plug it in? The second one, maybe? I think the second one because the numbers are smaller. Does it matter which one, really?
No.
No, you're going to get the same answer. So we're going to plug in 4. Negative. Plus y is going to be... All right, so now what do I do?
Subtract 4.
Subtract 4 on both sides. What does that give you? Negative 3x is equal to 0. Now what do I do?
Divide by negative 3.
And when you divide by negative 3, what does that give you?
0.
0. Okay. All right, let's look at the Friday one, please. All right, let's see if you can do Friday. Pause for the call, save you time. All right, let's look at it. It says this arithmetic sequence. That means arithmetic sequence means that it's linear. Linear equation. Very good. All right, so this is our first number, second number, third number, and our fourth number. There are many different explicit formulas. You can use the a sub n, or you can use the slope intercept form, y equals mx plus b. It doesn't matter which one you use. because they're asking for an explicit formula, which means you substitute one number in to get your answer. All right, so we're gonna use y equals mx plus b. All right, so now we have to figure out what our m is and what our starting amount is. Let's figure out what our m is first. What are we going up by? Are we adding or subtracting to get to the next number?
Subtracting.
What are we subtracting to get the next number?
5.
We're going to subtract 5. So our m here is going to be a -5. Okay. Now we need to know what the previous number is, the 0 number. What would this number be? If we're subtracting 5 to go this way, what do we do to go backwards? All right, so when you add 5, what does this give you? -2. Okay, so our equation or our y-intercept first is -2. That's our starting amount. So then how do I write this, as a linear equation? What is that going to be? Go ahead, Josiah.
Y equals -5x minus 2 plus 5.
Very good. Okay. All right, so now this is what you could use to determine if they want you to find the 8th number, you plug in 8. The 7th number, you plug in 7, so on and so forth. Questions, comments, or concerns? All right, let's solve this second one right here. I'm going to pause to give you a chance for that one. Over. All right, so what do we do here? Yes. Subtract 6 on both sides. What did that give you, Donnie? On this side, what does that give you?
X squared equals 144.
Okay. All right, so now, Ian, what do we do?
Divide by 2.
Not divide by 2. How do you get, what's the opposite? Square root. Yes, sir. All right, so when we find the square root of x squared, what does that give you?
X.
Just the x is equal to what number?
12.
And sometimes you'll see that x could be equal to a +12 or a -12. Sometimes you'll see this plus minus, and they say that because 12 times 12 is equal to 144, but so is -12 times a -12. It's also equal to a +144. Okay? Questions? All right, let's take out the word problem sheet from yesterday. It looks just like this. If you don't have this sheet, please raise your hand. I think I have a couple more. Can you pass this over to Kyle, please? Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, ready? Anybody else need this sheet? That one, yes, ma'am. Hatcher, do you need this paper? Okay, you said yes. Can you pass this over to Hatcher, please? Anybody else? Javier, you got it? All right, so we're going to do the first one together. Then you're going to try the second one on your own, and we'll see if it's right. And then the last two I want you to do completely by yourself, okay? All right, so let's look at the first one. Make sure I keep track of time. All right, we'll get in the middle of this problem, and then we'll have to go to lunch. All right, you need at the very least, 3 pounds of fruit. Doesn't say what kind of fruit yet, to make muffins. Now it says blueberry muffins cost $4 per pound, and strawberries cost $3 per pound. Okay, so now we have 2 different fruit that we're using. You can spend at most, that means you can't go over $21 on fruit. All right, so you're going to set this up. You're going to graph it, and then you're going to interpret what the solution actually means. And then you're going to see if you can buy 4 pounds of blueberries and 1 pound of strawberries, and it falls in, and it's possible with all the constraints that you have. Okay. All right. So first things first, the first thing you do is figure out what your unknowns are. What is it that we don't know? Yes.
How much did he weigh?
We don't know how many.
No. We
Go
don't know
ahead.
how much that he bought.
Right. We don't know how much of he bought of what.
Of the fruit, like strawberry or blueberry.
Very good. We don't know how many. First, they started talking about blueberries, so I'm gonna be consistent and say blueberries first. So the first unknown is the number of pounds or pounds of blueberries, right? We don't know how many pounds of blueberries he bought. And the other is strawberries. Any questions about how we came to this conclusion here? That's the first thing that we always want to do is pick out our unknowns. So then we can start writing the inequalities. So let's look at it one sentence at a time. The first sentence or the first constraint is uh, you need at least 3 pounds of fruit. Okay. So what does that mean? Can I have 4 pounds of fruit?
No.
Yes.
Well,
I can have 4. Can I have 2 pounds?
No.
No. At least means you can have either equal to or greater than. So what do we do to write that inequality for the first sentence that you need at least 3 pounds of fruit? Yes.
Greater than or equal to?
Yeah, but what's the whole inequality? We know it's going to be that it has to be greater than or equal to, but yes.
X plus Y is less than 3.
X plus Y, this X plus Y is got to be what?
Has to be
Greater than or equal.
It has to be greater than or equal to
3.
3. Okay, it has to be greater than. The two combined, the pounds for the blueberries plus the pound for the strawberries combined have to be greater than or equal to 3 pounds. Does that make sense? So the mouth should be open to this. This should be either greater than or equal to 3. All right, let's do the second inequality, and then we're going to line up for lunch. This one says blueberries cost $4 per pound, and the strawberries cost $3 per pound. You can spend at most, you can't go over $21. How do I write that inequality? Yes.
4x plus 3y is less than or equal to 21.
4x, the 4 represents the amount for the blueberries, right? X represents the number of pounds for the blueberry, plus the 3y, very good. And what inequality did you use?
Less than or equal to.
It's less than or equal to. This has to be either less than $21 or equal to $21. You can't spend any more than that. Any questions about how we got that inequality? Let's line up for lunch, please. We're going to line up on the outside on these lockers right here, right before you get to Mr. Hopstock's class.
No, you're not, Tucker. I'm not even a part of that conversation. I can butt in because I know it's you open it actually. My guitar's just full. It is food. It's like a chocolate. I'm a termite.
My name is supposed to be Max.
Mr. Baker, you want me to close the door? Okay. Why should make us go to that side? I have no clue. Don't forget you want honeymoon. You want a honeymoon kiss? Yes. Who wants that? No. Somebody just walked past me right over there. Said stop touching each other. I'm like, so they just like yelled, what?
I'm sad.
No. Josiah. Danny, what are you doing?
Oh, wait, no, I meant to throw that out.
You meant to throw that at who?
Nice.
All right, here we go.